me the link, didn't you? So you're playing Zacian, Tornadus, Lando, Okie Dokie, and Rotom Wash. That was the other one. Yeah, hop in Discord, dude. Like, let's talk about the match. Yo.
What up?
Yo, it is Moxie.
What's up, chat? I'm dying. So, I didn't want to think about a Reg G team because, you know, we're literally hitting Reg I, so I didn't want to put brain power to try to reinvent the wheel. But you all know me. I don't want to... I try and be spicy. So, I looked at spicy top 32. I mean, you guys, if you've watched me, I just suck against Calyrex Ice Rider. And I know Koraidon became a lot more prevalent in the meta, and I looked at this team like, wow, this team's really good into both of those. I'm gonna run this, and this is probably what I'm gonna run into. Spoiler alert, I didn't.
But yeah, you have what, 3 Calyrex Shadow Riders?
I pulled 3 Calyrex Shadow Riders. Every game where I didn't pull a Calyrex Shadow Rider, I dominated. Calyrex Shadow Rider, I did not win.
Oh my god.
But it also, for other context, it is sort of a funny background where, like, I was like, okay, as long as I don't run into Calyrex Shadow too often, I'll be okay, because that's what seems to be my bad matchup.
Matchup dodge.
Yeah, and shockingly, I couldn't dodge a single matchup. It was wonderful. Also, Dozo, shout out to you, because I have been saying, I think since you mentioned it in CMBZ's chat, about how fake Assault Vest Kyogre is, and my first round was against a guy playing Assault Vest Kyogre, and I knew I had to beat him or else I could never show my face in this community again.
Dude. Okay, so let's quickly, while the ads are finishing up, let's talk about what your matchups were. So first round you played against Assault Vest Kyogre. Second round was this round,
yeah, so
which
it was
CSR. Oh, yes. Go ahead. Sorry, go back to what you're saying.
Yeah, no, so first round was Assault Vest Kyogre. He was not ready for the little washing machine who could. And I cannot fault him for that, because who the fuck...
Yeah, exactly.
Who's ready for the little washing machine? So that match we were able to scoop up. It's actually good. It's not good. It's not good. I crushed it with a Rotom Wash. So that was a fun game. The opponent was super nice the whole time. It was just a good set. I would have 2-0'd, but I lost game 2 to 2 back-to-back play rough misses. And it was really funny because he looked at me and my opponent looked at me and he goes, those were 2 moves you just did not want to miss, and you missed them at the time to not miss them. I was like, yeah, welcome to my VGC community.
Oh no. Wait, do you remember who you played?
I forget his name. Matthew something.
Oh, so?
No, it was he was Hispanic. I'm forgetting the last name. It might have been part of me wants to say Sanchez, but I might feel really racist saying that because I don't know if it was Sanchez.
No, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just didn't know if it was like somebody we would know. Hernandez.
Hernandez. Right. There we go.
Yes. You were close. You got the Ez.
I was really close, but I was also very racist. I apologize in advance to everyone on your channel.
I mean, they're similar enough. I guess I could see the, like, if you're trying to recall a name that you don't know super well, like sometimes you get
Nicole,
like, confused.
Don't try and dig a hole, digging me out of this hole.
all right, move on. Okay,
it's fine. We accept it. We move on.
So round 2 was definitely this one, right? So, who's after this?
This was my round 2.
What happened after this round?
After this round, I pulled Alchemist.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
So I went from Ian to Alchemist, and the thing that was funny is, like, in looking at team sheet, I was like, okay, cool. I was like, you know, we've moved on from Calyrex Shadow, and instead I ran into Calyrex Shadow with priority, and I'm like, oh great, it's even harder to beat this now.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, it wasn't a great time.
Okay, and then what happened after that? That was round 3, so what was round 4?
I played your friend Andrew, who you went to middle school with.
No, I didn't go to middle school with him. No, what is that? What he told you?
You went to some camp or something? I don't remember,
we went to camp together in middle school.
Yeah. So I played against him. And this poor guy, he was playing Miraidon, and my team was ready for Miraidon.
Oh,
and
Andrew.
Between the 2 games, Andrew was only able to knock out one of my Pokemon.
Oh,
and
Andrew.
I felt really bad about it.
Oh, I love Andrew.
I felt really bad
nice
because he was even saying, he's like, yeah, he was such a great human, and he looked at my team. He's like, "Oh, this is going to be interesting," and I was like, "I'm very sorry because I want to play Miraidons."
Yeah, I like if you finally hit him right on round 4.
Yeah,
that sucks.
And he just he couldn't handle like the way his team was built. Especially like it was a fairly unique take on Miraidon. He was using an Iron Crown with a booster speed. And then because that was also going to be his counter to other Miraidons, he had it as Terra Ground. And I was like, oh okay, cool. You know, like I like the spice. But the problem is I have double Genie on my team. So like he can't break through Lando. Because I'm just clicking Sandsteer Storm.
Yeah, exactly.
And murdering.
Oh, that's rough. I think you had a fun time though, right?
Like, and then I had a great time. I had an absolute great time. And then my final round was against Kayla. I think you guys skipped over her match, but Kayla was playing CSR plus Dondozo.
Is this a Pokegap bonus
what my
episode?
thought process was. Facts lunch.
Yes. Yo,
this is Yap Plus.
Yap Plus. You have to subscribe to the Patreon normally to get this. All right, so this lead, it seems pretty standard. You want to tell us what's going through your head when you're leading with this? Like, what was your gameplay when you saw the team sheet?
The only way Zacian is ever going to be able to take out Callie is I outspeed him. And Zacian is also the best person on my team to deal with Callie, so I wanted to make sure that I had Tailwind priority there. And also at the end of the day, looking at his team, Tailwind is sort of gonna be my bread and butter. I don't think it has like full team sheets that are pulled up, but basically his team had Smeargle, Clefairy, Calyrex Shadow I'm looking like, okay, these look like the 3 main sort of cores that are here. His Smeargle is going to be meant to do some disruption, set up nasty plots on his Calyrex, while his Clefairy could probably come into the back and do Friend Guard in order to make sure he's going to have extra buffs going into that Calyrex slot and, you know, go from there. So my first thought was, okay, cool, I have Terra Dark on my Torn, and I have Covert Cloak. So his Smeargle set was Fake Out, Wide Guard, Spore, and Follow Me. So he's got 1 attacking move, and he cannot stop me through Covert Cloak. So my immediate assumption is, what was my 6? I took the Ulysses, Rotom Wash, Okidogi team. I think Dial's got it pulled up. Also, what's up, Clouds?
I'll pull it up again. My internet's so slow. History.
Clouds is gonna be so mad at me for picking a suboptimal team.
What? It's not even showing up. Oh, is it because what's going on, dude? My internet. Come on.
Yes, Okidogi Clouds. The team took a top 32. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it was Okidogi, Rotom, Zacian, Tornadus, Lando, and what was the last one you had? Urshifu. Yeah. So, okay. So you kind of got... I feel like you assumed that this was the lead he was going to start with, right?
Yeah, so this way I'm able to block the Fake Out. Fake Out was either going into one of the 2 slots, right? And I wanted to make sure I could preserve Torn as much health as possible through those Astro Barrages. So I wind up taunting the Smeargle. This way Smeargle is now useless, right? It gets off the Fake Out. It can't do anything else anymore other than click Fake Out again. He goes for the nasty plot, but now I'm faster, right? So this is where it'll actually cut. You'll see it in the next turn. You can keep running it.
Okay.
I debate really hard right here of clicking Behemoth Blade into the Smeargle slot because I'm like, he might go for a Protect. He's probably going to go for a Protect.
That's
and I think he's going to switch out into Clefairy. I think he's switching out to Clefairy and Protect. And I'm sitting there like, And I'm like, you know what? Let's just play it safe. Let's not make a prediction turn 2. I don't know how this guy is as a player. I've never run into him before, and it's been so long. So I wind up locking in the Behemoth Blade into this slot.
I remember watching this live.
How much I'm thinking about it.
And I was like,
so I locked the Behemoth Blade
onto
the slot. Yeah. Nah, read his ass. Yeah, Cloud. So I should have read his ass because it's exactly what he did.
Hell, dude, I was cheering for you, like watching it on a laptop off a hotspot on my phone in the other room.
So instead of making the smarter play where I could have knocked out the Clefairy this turn and put him into put myself into such a better spot, I didn't.
I was
so
like, I
wound up getting
was
the
so
tailwind up.
ready, dude. I was so ready for that to be the play, and I was like, dude, Chris, like that's so good. And I think Chuppa was even saying something about like, oh, like this play could really pay off. Like he's going for the read, like blah blah blah. And then when I saw the switch come, I was like, okay, maybe that's like here we go. And then he protected, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I think
it was
this
one of
is
those
the
things
turn
where
that
like
screwed you. I think you played really well the rest. I think this was the one that screwed you. Am I wrong?
no, so I won this game.
Oh, this is the one you won. I'm sorry. I was thinking of game two.
Yeah, no, I won this one.
Yeah, sorry.
No, game two, I kind of was a little bit softer in game two, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm up a game already.
Oh, I feel you. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm up a game, and it was sort of the same thing. Like, and Clouds will yell at me because I played safe game two instead of just going to be wild and buck crazy. And in the end, I should have been crazy because I'm up a game. I have the room to play around with it. But instead, I was like, oh, I'll just do the same play again. And that's what screwed me over.
Yeah.
So he winds up going for the protect on his Clefairy, I guess, to make sure I don't hit the taunt. Which, good move on him. Who's this Chris Conlon Cloud? Who knows?
Do you remember his Clefairy set?
Follow me, protect, and I don't remember the others.
Okay.
Good call, not protecting. Thanks, Clouds. I should have bleaked, yeah. Had I bleaked, I'd have been in a better spot here. So he winds up firing off the Astral Barrage. His Astral Barrage at +2.
Oh my
so this
God.
is why it's why I put the Dark Terror on turn 1. Because you see how much damage that did, and I'm like, I can't afford to not have something going on here.
Oh, I just realized he's Life Orb. I did not realize that. I missed that.
Should be Helping Hand, Heal Pulse if I remember Vancouver correctly. I think you're 100% right, Patrick. You're 100% right.
Question, just because I haven't been playing a lot, which is gonna change soon. Is Calyrex running a lot of Life Orb? Is that pretty common? I feel like I haven't seen that before, like very often.
It's either Life Orb or Sash.
I feel like I see a lot of Sash, but
you see a lot of Sash, a lot of Life Orb, and then usually like Spell Tag.
Oh, Spell Tag, like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Spell Tag is like the off, like random one.
Okay. Yeah, I need to play more Pokemon. Okay, so wait, so you're gonna bring an Okidogi here. So tell us, like, what's going on here now?
Okidogi has an Assault Vest, and I'm panicking in my shorts.
Okay, so you're just like, let me tank this and see if I can. I mean,
so yeah, I bust out the Oki.
You have to think here that he's gonna protect, right? Like
I'm not entirely sure what he's gonna do.
Okay.
But I go for the knockoff just to be safe.
Yeah.
Lorb is probably the most used item. Yeah, nobody uses
That's
Scarf.
fair. That's fair.
Now, what worked out in my favor, and also worked out because I wasn't sure of this beforehand, and I don't know if my face makes. I don't know if I make a face. I didn't realize my Okidogi outspeeds in the Tailwind. I did not know that James Beck had that in there.
Oh. And also he did protect. So yeah.
He protects. We get off the Bleak Wind. Yeah. He's a strong mon.
Oh, there's Anthony walking in the background. I want to use real cameras next time, not the phones, because the phones just kept lagging the whole time. Because we don't have our own network.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you see, like, in the player cams, it lags sometimes.
So it's funny, if you notice, I'm doing my little, like, I literally was sitting there with, like, a song jamming in my head the whole time, and I'm just kind of nodding along to the song in my head while I'm playing to try and focus.
I will say, like, you're very confidently locking these moves in, though. Like, you're not really going to timer a lot. Like, you're sure of yourself, and I respect that.
I always try and think of like where I'm at in the position. It didn't help me out so much game 3 because by the time I realized what was happening, it was a little bit too late. But yeah, I try and like know my lines coming into something. And once I realized where I was at here, like what position I was in, I was like, okay, cool, I think I got this.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so here's the Wide Guard, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. Yep. Like, I feel like you knew that was coming with the Bleak Wind.
Yeah, so Bleak Wind's not going to go through, and I'm assuming Ian was like, okay, cool, now we just outspeed and we kill. And
this
then
is when you're like, nope.
surprise! Surprise! This dog is fast.
See, even he even was like, oh, okay. He was
It's
not
really
expecting
funny
that.
because right after this, Ian goes, "Oh, he's kind of fast, huh?" And I was like, "Hey, he's got a little bit of speed to him."
Like during the match or after the match?
During the match.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So, and you didn't know that calc ahead of time. You just found that out right here.
No, I just had to pretend I knew the calc.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I didn't know, but I can't let him know that I didn't know.
Yeah, it was all planned. You can't let him get in your head.
Exactly. So now, obviously, he's bringing out his mon. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, we could just kind of have some fun.
Yeah, now he just loses.
Yeah, because at this point, we're pretty safe.
Yeah. Okie dokie does a lot of damage too. Like, and I mean, you're just gonna kind of shit on that Clefairy.
Yeah. Oh, he just loses. Yeah, at this point, Clouds, we wrap this one up.
All right, so I'll just go to the next game then, because I don't think anything interesting happens here, really.
No, we just pick up because it's you know, what is not like a normally offensive Pokemon versus 3 mons.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip this thing because it's like pretty obvious what happens. Okay, cool. So, who would win in a fight? A literal demigod that is half his body, or wait, that half his body is a cloud, or one would? Oh, that's funny. You bro-fisted the baby Pokemon. He did. All right, game 2 starts. All right, so hold on. Before we start game 2, really quick, what is that noise you were doing?
Oh, I'm fidgeting. My bad.
Oh, no, you're good. Okay, no. So, all right. So, how do you adapt from game 1? Because now you're like, all right, I won game 1. Do I swap up leads? How do I get in his head? How do I stay ahead? Like, now you have a little bit of wiggle room here, right? To maybe make a little bit of a risky play because you're not playing on your back foot. So, like, what's your mindset going into game 2?
So going into game 2, my usual thought is the fact that I wound up winning the game, I don't have to make the adaptation, right? Mm-hmm. You have to adapt to me because my lead beat your lead. Okay. So that's kind of always like where my head winds up going to. And it's why going into this, I wind up locking in the exact same play. In the end of the day, it was a misplay to do that, right? I should have tried to make a prediction. Mm-hmm. But this is just what was in my head. It was like, okay, cool. I won. This lead won. I have no real reason to change up what I'm going for. You have to adapt to me, and then let's see where we go.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So let's see how it plays out. So he leads the same as well. So this is a replay of the turn 1 from last game. So now when you see this, now what do you think? Because obviously he knows what you're trying to do.
Did you realize you could have just lost game 1 if Ian played correctly, Moxie? Clouds, I assume I could lose every game. So I know I also come in with the benefit of being fairly decent at playing Pokemon, and people don't know who I am. So I know you can, like, if you're somebody like Ian who like tops, you don't necessarily have to come in and be like, okay, cool, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So like now that he didn't make an adaptation, at least in front of his lead, now what do you think? Because like I'm curious, because it's like, okay, obviously what you did last time worked. How can he adapt this lead to make it work for him now? Like, what can he do differently that you have to keep an eye out for?
He did exactly what he did perfectly, right? Like, I do the same repeat, and he gets up a free nasty plot by just playing it out smarter.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see how this plays out. So you're
I do the exact same play, and I should have been smarter and not done the exact same play.
What do you think you should have done?
I should have done what I did in game 3.
Oh, okay. I don't think I even caught game 3. I think I only caught it when, like, at the end when you lost, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Game 3, I had the perfect lead against him, and then choked it in the end.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. Game 3, there's 2 moments I could point out to of where I should have played better. In game 3, this is just a slaughter fest. You could let this one play out. You're gonna see it in all its glory.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. Now it's game 2. So obviously he adapted and there's a Rillaboom. Now what?
This exact switch, I knew I was effed in the B.
How so?
So he's swapped his fake out for his, right? I have burned my Terra super early, and I have also burned my Protect the first turn. So now, even if I go for the Tailwind, he has Fake Out. And I could try and get a double Protect off, which I don't remember if I do or not, right? But I go for a Protect. We wind up setting the Taunt into the Smeargle slot, which winds up being the Rillaboom now. Rillaboom does not care about the Taunt. It's Assault Vest. He gets up this nasty plot. So now he's at +2 horse, just dancing around, and he has... Yeah, exactly. He's got exact what he needs over me. So now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, like, what do I do? And I figure, I probably need Zacian more in the end game than my Urshifu because he brought Rilla, and he could just Aqua Jet me into next Tuesday. So I make Urshifu my sacrificial lamb. Was not a great call.
Yeah, that's tough because with him swapping in the Rillaboom and you burning the Protect, you're opening yourself up to a Fake Out and getting just owned by this Calyrex. And you don't have Terra.
Yeah, so Yeah, so basically if he clicks the Astro Barrage into my Zacian is dead. It's not living it. Not at +2.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Urshifu is not going to be able to deal with Grassy Glide. So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Urshifu was sort of Mon that he needed, actually.
Yeah, it was the perfect correction for him. So I have my Tailwind up, but he also has the priority. So it doesn't actually matter that I have my Tailwind up.
Yeah.
He can just Astro Barrage.
Oh. See, this is why I like watching the games back and like thinking about it and pausing, because like I wasn't even 100% paying attention anyway because I was running around, but like I didn't even think about the fact that him swatching Rillaboom exerted that much pressure. Like that is such a good play on his part. Such a good
Urshifu was like it was the absolute perfect swap in. Zacian doesn't live a +2.
And it's funny because it's like you even have Okidogi to poison the Rillaboom, but he's Assault Vest. So it's like, is Okidogi physical?
Okidogi's physical.
Okay. So I guess Assault Vest doesn't help too much, but even then I don't think you're killing the Rillaboom.
Yeah, I don't remember what I did here.
Let's take a look.
I don't remember if I went to the Rillaboom slot or if I do the knockoff into the
I mean, do you think
Calyrex?
Do you think a jab plus a Bleak Wind kills Rillaboom here? No, because he's got the Assault Vest for the Bleak Wind. I mean,
I don't think so, but the other problem is I think I do the jab into... I think I do the knockoff and I think he protects. Or do I do the jab into Rilla predicting the protect? I don't remember.
Well, this is what I was about to say too. Yeah. So I feel like you're more, at this point, you're more scared of the Calyrex anyway. Like the Rillaboom's already killed your Urshifu. Like you're not really afraid of the Rillaboom other than the Fake Out, right? So like it's pretty obvious that the protect's gonna come because he knows that, right? He'll get more chip with the Rillaboom. Like, is that the right line of thinking?
So my logic was if I don't stop, protect U-turn is super safe for him, and that's exactly what he winds up doing, Clouds. But I'm sitting there in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. I need to get rid of Callie. Callie's the priority here. And you can see we do the Bleak Wind, and honestly, I think if I Bleak Wind and Poison Jabbed here, I'm pretty sure I take out Rilla because Okidogi really does hit very hard. But it just wound up, Did you calc it? No, I didn't calc it. But Okidogi's crazy strong. I'm curious if it would be a roll or not. I think with the fact that we got that like 75% on him, I think we're fine. But I know the other, like the actual set from this ran Gunk Shot, but I don't like Gunk Shot because I always miss it.
Let me just pull up the team sheet really quick because I'm like legitimately curious. That was... Dude, my computer is like lagging. What the fuck? James Bayek is the one that you sold that from?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just see really. I'm just curious for myself. Paste. Okay, so let's just copy this Okidogi set. Put it in the calc. Okidogi. All right, so let's just assume this Rillaboom is just your standard Assault Vest. That seems weird. This is saying it's a one-shot? Am I doing something wrong?
Are you looking at Gunk Shot or Poison Jab? So no, we would have killed. Gunk Shot, Poison Jab is 77.2 to 91%.
Yeah, no, you still would have killed either way. That's why I was looking at gunk shot too. Yeah, my bad on that. Now, yeah, we just calced it now. I would have calced that right after the battle just to be curious, because that one would have haunted me. But I see why you went after. Honestly, I also would have went after the Calyrex. Like,
yeah, and what Clouds is calling out is also 100% correct. It's the exact same position, because he just winds up getting Smear in there, and I'm in the exact same spot. I'm still stuck under. He's going to click Fake Out and Astral Barrage, and then what do I do?
Yeah. Yeah, that really good adaptation was very smart. That really helped him out this game, for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so at this point, I think the game's pretty much over. Is there anything interesting that happens after this?
He clicks Astral Barrage and I die.
Fun. So is it one shot?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I want to see if they did the animation. Hold on, guys.
Ian, realizing that follow me is the key to this game here. Not going for the fake out. I like this a lot more than just going for a fake out. Just guaranteeing you redirect.
Yeah, there was the nod. There was the nod.
Here, knowing that Chris is down to his last two Pokemon. Ian is guaranteed here with the Calyrex and the fake out in the back to just kind of stall these last turns of Tailwind and get the fake out and just click Astral.
Come on, Calyrex, attack.
Win this game too.
I'm actually really glad you brought up.
All right, here we go.
Not having Intrepid Sword at this point.
Ooh, oh my god, dude. I hate Calyrex.
Calyrex is so good.
Oh, they didn't do the animation. I have a special animation when things get one hit KO'd. All right, let's go to the next game here.
I know they did it for other games I was watching.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think they forgot. Did the crit matter? Do you want to calc that?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, cool.
Once he clicks a nasty plot, like he did turn 1, Zacian's always dead.
All right.
Zacian can live non-boosted. He cannot live once you get to +2.
So now you're going into game 3. It's 1-1. He's led the same thing twice in a row. You obviously don't know he's about to lead it again. But what are you thinking now going into game 3?
So I know that this is my best lead into him. And I know I need this in order to take him out. I also am thinking, okay, I'm going to bring the same lead, because if he brings the same lead, because now it worked, I'm changing my game plan up. So instead of sitting there and clicking those same moves, like, okay, like let's just do it again. Like now, okay, let's swap it. Let's try and get him off balance.
Okay. So let's see how this plays out. So same lead happens.
So we get the same lead, and now this time I'm immediately like, yep. I'm like, okay, cool. He's going for what's it called? He's going for nasty plot every turn. He clicks fake out plot, I'm guessing. Yeah, so that's what I went with Clouds. And I was like, in case he doesn't click fake out, I'm gonna attack. So this time we get the taunt off. We get it off into the Cali. So now the Cali's just neutral. Cali can't just kill me. And Zacian's good to go.
That's huge. That was a great play turn 1.
Thank you. So now I'm free to click taunt onto Smeargle, because Smeargle has no attacking moves left in the tank. And I should have attacked. I think I clicked. Why did I click protect? I don't even remember.
You locked that
but
in quick. You were confident about that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it was because why did I do that?
Did you get nervous because you're on stream?
No, so Clouds actually could also attest to this, because Clouds has been there when Jonzu has coached me. My main issue with the game is I play very fast.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, like I don't think I always think through every line. I think I'll think through like, this line should work, and then I go.
I think Clouds is right too, but you're in the same position as before. You're not advancing the board state.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, Clouds, you're right. That makes sense. I don't think I thought about it that way, but now that you said that, I see that. All right, here we go. So here's the Terra. So now he's committing the Terra to... Oh, that's you. I'm sorry. I thought that was him. All right, so you Terra.
Yeah, so I'm sort of in the same thing. Like, I don't really have a Terra against him that's benefiting me more than Torn taking a little more, being able to live a little bit more from the Astral Barrage.
What about the... I'm sorry, what Terra is your Zacian?
Water.
This team sheet is... Okay, here. Oh, your water. Oh, so... Yeah, that's not going to help you at all. I'm shocked he stayed in. Oh, you think he was going to swap out the
okay,
Cali?
now I remember why I did it. So I taunted, and I clicked Protect because he's going to click Astral Barrage, and I didn't want to potentially eat a Spore.
Oh, that's smart. That makes sense.
He was calling the B-Blade play. Yeah, so that's what he was doing, Cloud. So he called that. I called him calling that. So I wanted to make sure I stopped his Smeargle from doing shenanigans. And now I'm like, okay, cool. I'm free to hit into the Cali. And if I remember correctly, this time I don't attack the Cali slot. No, I do attack the Cali slot. Oh, no, I attack the Cali slot because it's taunted. So I know he can't protect.
That makes sense.
So it's either you're gonna give me some damage into Calyrex, or now you're probably double switching.
Yeah. Which... What does he have in the back? I mean, he probably has Rillaboom again, right? Like, I think it's safe to assume he's got Rillaboom in the back.
He brought Rillaboom and Clefairy.
Okay, so the same 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like Clefairy's just too good.
Oh, Clefairy was super strong.
Yeah.
So he winds up making the double.
All right, there we go. All right, so now you see the double switch. What are you thinking now?
Murder. I'm literally like, okay, cool. You're gonna give me your Rillaboom. That's totally fine. I'm assuming Rillaboom is gonna click something that could hurt my Zacian, so I'm pretty sure I just wind up clicking in Bleak Wind and Protect.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
Or
like
no, do I
Grassy
swap?
Glide. I feel like Grassy Glide's like the play here. Like,
Right.
if
So
you
what I
fake
wind
out,
up
you're gonna
doing
get hit by
is
something.
yeah. So I swap into Dogi because, and it's really ironic that I'm gonna say this considering how I wind up losing. I swap in Dogi because I know I need to keep my Tailwinds up if I'm going to win the game.
Oh, so you want to preserve Tornadus for later? Yep.
Yep, so he winds up clicking Protect on his Clefairy. I'm assuming he's going for, okay, he'll just taunt this thing. And I swap into Okidogi now, so I still have some Tailwind going on. This is a turn Chupa pointed out that I could have done something better. I think you were standing next to me when he said it, Nicole.
Yeah.
Where I wind up locking in for Behemoth Blade and Knockoff. Because I'm like, okay, cool, I'm just going to knock out the Clefairy, and then we'll knock out, what's his name? And then we'll knock out Callie. Because he's going to click Follow Me. He just clicked Protect. I should have clicked Poison Jab. Because, and I wasn't looking at his team sheet when I did this, and that's why I made the mistake, and I didn't even think about the play. And this is where it comes to slowing down, ladies and gentlemen. His Clefairy was Terra Grass.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh.
So had I clicked Poison Jab, I knock out this Clefairy right now. I don't click Poison Jab.
It lives.
And I leave this thing on very little health.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
So now, we are in the very sad position
No.
we're in front of an alive Clefairy and Calyrex again. So he gets up a nasty plot for free, right? And now, this is another turn where I should have been smarter, and I wasn't. I forgot both Mons have Protect. And I believe what I wound up doing is going for like split damage here. What I was thinking that I could have done, and I didn't, was I should have swapped Okidogi back into Torn.
To get the Tailwind back up, because Tailwind
Tailwind
falls
back
this
up.
turn.
Tailwind falls this turn, and letting Tailwind fall this turn, that is where I lose.
Oh, geez. So you had a couple of outs.
I had a couple outs and I had a couple of lines that I could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
At no point do I think this was necessarily like a bad game, right?
No, not at all. This is a good game.
Yeah, I think what like I got, part of me loses because I'm a little, I'm not as experienced as some of the other players, where like these are all things like in hindsight, like I should have slowed down to do, right? But I didn't. I was like, I think we could do this, or I could go with that, and it's exactly kind of like what I was saying. Clouds and Johns have said, like my issue is I was like kind of just go off my gut, and I don't slow down to think about everything, and this is where I'm like, fuck, I'm doomed.
Yeah, you know what it is too? It's I play a lot on Showdown, and like, well, I don't play a lot on Showdown, but a lot of my practice is on Showdown, and so I'll click it in, and then after I commit to both, I'll be like, oh, let me just go back and fix it. But on cart, you can't do that, so that bites me in the ass a lot of times too. Which is like, in a way, it's kind of taught me to slow down because now I'm afraid to lock things in. So now I go to time
So
like
Clouds,
every turn.
actually, yeah, Clouds, you're 100% correct that I PP up my moves right after this game.
That's so funny. Yeah, running one of 5 Behemoth Blade left. That's giving me anxiety. Oh
yeah,
you
no,
live.
I had super anxiety with it. Okie dokie,'s the man.
Dude, he's a tanky little beast.
The problem is, I no longer outspeed the Calyrex.
So if you killed that Clefairy, you also would have killed that Cali there. Because of Friend Guard.
Yep.
Oh,
the
wait,
more you know.
I thought Cali was lower. But either way, I still think.
Well, Cali, when Zacian, if Zacian hits Cali, Zacian does about 80% to it.
Yeah.
And then I'm left with Tornadus and what's his name in the back.
For some reason,
So,
I
like,
just thought
I
your
would
Cali
have
was
done
at
it.
1. That's why.
You're correct.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, but this is what's interesting because it's like you still have 4 Mons left and he has 2, but that's just how powerful Calyrex Shadow Rider is. You know?
Yeah, honestly, it is exactly how strong some of the restricteds are, and it's one of the things that like people don't always take into account, right? Like if you look at this, I have 4 Pokemon, 3 of them at damn near full health.
Yep.